Smokeysteveandmarc.
I'm Mark.
I'm Steve.
And welcome to Friday Night Chit Chat. Well, with a little twist.
With a big twist.
Yes, I guess it is, y'all. It's Mark versus Steve.
And we're having a retro bake-off.
Yes, we are. It's all about retro cakes tonight. Now, I'm hoping for a win because I have yet to win on these Mark versus Steve things.
I get the sympathy vote for trying.
I don't know.
Your Miss Congeniality, it's okay. Of
Of
course, Miss Congeniality doesn't whine about losing. But that's
okay.
neither here nor there.
Good. Well, I'm only whining because I don't think I've brought home a win yet.
Well, we'll see tonight.
We'll see tonight. I don't know.
I don't know. They're pretty competitive. I mean, I like my cake, but it sounds good too.
I know they both sound pretty good. I'm pretty. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But first, since this is usually our Friday night chit chat, let's chit chat. How y'all doing? How was your week? We had a pretty crazy week here.
Crazy, not bad.
Like the whole week was weird.
The whole. Oh god.
It started with that power outage.
Yeah.
You know, which is why we're delayed a whole day on Retro Week. But
Yeah.
it's cool, though, because you know what? It did extend our giveaway one
Another
extra
day.
day. So get those photos in, y'all. We have a few so far. Not
We
too
do.
many.
Not a ton, but
not a
enough.
lot. But if I remember correctly, most of them come in
And the last
at
day
the
or
end,
two
yeah,
of something
that's
like
the way
that.
it usually does happen. But and if you're just catching it, we're having a retro week giveaway, and we're picking two lucky winners for some pretty cool prizes. And all you have to do is send in a picture of anything retro, like high school yearbook
Your
photos,
Throwbacks, baby pictures, sometimes datas
anything like
too.
that. Yep.
Anything with big hair is always good.
That is always a good one, too.
So-
Black and white pictures, And then we're going to put them all together and do a little viewer montage for the last video for Retro Week. I think it'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, the week was really crazy. We should have known. It started off with we had a power outage. Overnight at the beginning of the week, and so Mondays with Mark was delayed. Everything was delayed, and it was out until the next day. Like it would come on, flicker, 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 go off.
8 o'clock the next morning, it came on steadily and stayed on.
Yep.
So.
Oh, and it just kind of set the tone for the whole week. Work was weird. Doctor's appointments. The weather was weird.
The weather's very strange. Very strange.
Weather has been.
But isn't everybody's right now?
Yeah, everybody's right. It just seems like. What is going on in the world? It must be Retro Week or something.
I guess so. Must be across the board.
Yeah, right. I don't know. But I mean, it wasn't a bad week. It just seemed like there were a lot of things going on, a lot of things needed like dealing with, and like it just seemed like that.
Just life
but we're
stuff.
Very happy it's the weekend. Though.
I took today off.
You did. You have a long weekend. I'm jealous.
Alternating Fridays at our place, you get out at 11:30. So half the office one Friday, half the next.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you want to take the whole day, you only got to use 2.5 hours of time
Oh, yeah,
to do it. So that's what I did. I took the whole, even though I worked late last night too. Again,
yeah, you did.
It was not a bad week at all, but it was weird.
It was weird.
It was weird, but I'll take weird good versus weird bad.
Oh, yeah, me too. Definitely.
Okay,
right.
so-
right.
Just so we have our gratitude in place. We made it to the end of the week.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I have to say, I really liked your video yesterday. And I know it's like, oh, what are you talking about? You do it, you edit it and everything, but like, it's not the same. Like, it's different when you watch it, And I was able to watch it last night. I really liked it. A lot of people were requesting that.
They were. There was a lot of people saying that they wanted a feed of the commercials from the infomercials. And then what we are trying to work on is the openings from Coffee Talk to make a montage of that.
Yeah.
That's a little more challenging, so don't look for that till next year.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot, but
and to put them into one thing, we'll have to break it up or something. I don't know, but that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And they're also asking, can we put all of your the Steve Will Try It shorts in one compilation? That's an interesting thing. I didn't think of that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So maybe sometime in the future we'll do that. So,
but for tonight, we have a
bake off retro cakes.
Now, not to take control here, but I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
And what I have for you is a delicious old-fashioned fruit cocktail cake.
Ooh, all right. Well, contender number 1 is up first.
He approaches the stove. Well, hello. So, for my throwback vintage retro dessert, we're taking it back a little bit, closer to the 50s. We're gonna do a fruit cocktail cake. Not fruit cocktail, not a fruit cake, fruit cocktail cake. This is very much my speed. It actually throws me back to being in maybe grade school when they would serve you fruit cocktail as your dessert on your lunch tray. A lot of people say reminds me of my grandmother. So it takes you back however far back you want to go. So we're gonna try it out tonight, and it's super easy. I think there's about 6 ingredients.
Only 6 ingredients? Oh my gosh, I got this beat.
So what we have over here is 1 box yellow cake mix. It's a little semi-homemade too. 1 can of fruit cocktail and heavy syrup, and it's 15 to 5 ounces. 2 eggs. Coconut, you'll need 1 cup of coconut, and then separated out a half a cup of coconut and half a cup of brown sugar. So, should be easy peasy. It's not a dump cake, but we're dumping. So, start with the cake mix. And we're gonna go right in with the fruit cocktail with all its juice. It's going to be moist. A similar recipe is mentioned in the play Steel Magnolias. Our eggs. Yeah. Our kitty in the back who's anxiously awaiting his bite. And the 1 cup of coconut. So we've got cake mix, eggs, fruit cocktail, 1 cup coconut. Now, we are going to take our trusty mixer. We're going to blend it on low just to combine it, and then we're going to beat it on medium for about 2 minutes. All right, there we are. It smells very good. It smells like fruity and sweet and just delicious. So at this point, this is our completed batter. So we have a 9x13 here. 9x13 or 2 8x8s you should be able to use. Pam is not part of the recipe, but better safe than sorry. So we're gonna spray. We've got our oven at 325 degrees, preheating. And our cake mix goes in just like so. Love me a rubber spatula, because then there's almost no cleanup. Okay? Spread it out. You'll see little bits of cherry, little bits of pear, little bits of everything in it. Okay? And then for our topping, we're going to take our half cup of coconut and sprinkle on the top. I'm sure you could use more if you like. But there's already a cup in there, so I mean, you gotta really like it. And we are going to use the last bit of brown sugar. So this is a half a cup. Make sure your sugar's nice and soft. You don't want to throw a giant brick on top of this. And I'm getting excited to eat this. I've never had this before. And this is a throwback for me because I used to eat a lot of fruit cocktail. All right, so there we are. Batter's in. Coconut and brown sugar on top. We're gonna put this in the oven at 325 for about 45 minutes. Maybe check it at 40. And when it's done, we'll pull it out and show you what we got. Fruit cocktail has been a staple of the canned fruit industry since at least the 1940s and was one of the most popular products Del Monte ever produced. But what company first came up with the mix of fruits and named the result fruit cocktail is not absolutely certain. Here are the contenders. In 1893, canner J.C. Ainsley of Campbell, California began marketing a canned fruit salad under the Golden Morn label. According to the Campbell Historical Museum, the fruit salad contained cherries as well as diced fruits, but the name was not fruit cocktail. In 1930, Herbert Gray of San Jose's Baron Gray Packing Company was credited with the invention of fruit cocktail. 1938, Calpac's new fruit cocktail debuted under the Del Monte label. Now, food science academics give credit for fruit cocktail to Dr. William V. Crewis, a professor at UC Berkeley from 1911 to 1954. Dr. Crewis' research focused on the use of fruit culls and fruit scraps to create a fruit cocktail. Whomever the father of fruit cocktail may be, consumers were introduced to the product as a stylish dessert for formal dinner parties or as an informal snack.
Oh, some interesting facts. I better up my game a little bit here.
We're back. It's been 40 minutes, maybe 41, and we're gonna take out our cake, which smells very, very, very good, actually. Now, it's gotta sit. You gotta leave it. You can serve this warm, or you can serve it chilled, whipped cream, ice cream if it's a little warm. But let it settle and let it sit for, I would say, probably an hour first before you go in for a slice. And when I see you next, I will be seeing you with a slice, and we'll try it out together and see what's what. So, there you have it. There's a kitty. Hi, kitty. Well, I guess we won't have a kitty jumping out of the cake. So, here we are. We are cooled. This is a little warm on the bottom and then chilled on top. So I'm just gonna go in and cut a piece. And we'll see. This is enough to share that I'm cutting. I can give Marc a bite. Okay, it's not stuck at the sides. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, it looks moist. So, this can be served warm or cold. It could be your dessert. Sometimes you'll see recipes that have a white sauce that go with it. Some don't. But some unsweetened whipped cream or sweetened whipped cream, a little bit of vanilla ice cream would be good. Or in the morning with coffee if you're a sweet person in the morning. So, there you have it. Our fruit cocktail cake.
This is good.
Delicious.
It's a good cake.
This is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even over the moon for a fruit cocktail, but this doesn't taste as much like fruit cocktail as it does just like a nice,
Like a good cake.
moist,
yeah.
oil-free.
And I'm not much for coconut in cakes either, but it really is good.
It's really not over the top coconut either.
nervous here.
You should be.
Snack talk? Are we going to do snack talk? Okay. All right. But anyway, no, that's very, very good.
Well, thank you.
What a little retro cake that is.
I know,
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
Thrown back to so many different memories.
Oh my gosh.
A lit-
I know, yeah, it goes back far. That's
Mhm.
really cool. I love those old vintage ads and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
Well, all right. I guess I'm up next.
I guess you are.
I have a classic for you, y'all. We're gonna make the old-fashioned Coca-Cola cake. Well, so we have another throwback recipe for you. This time we're gonna make old-fashioned Coca-Cola cake. Oh, I can't wait. This definitely brings me back to my childhood. My grandmother would make this quite often when I was a child. Anytime we had something to do with the church, like, to bring to like a church basement dinner or something like that, she would make this on occasion, and it's so, so good. Are you ready to make it? All right, let's do this. So the first thing I did, I put 2 cups of Coca-Cola in a saucepan, and then I brought it to a boil, reduced the heat, and I let it simmer on down for about 10 minutes. And now what we're gonna do, we're going to measure out about a cup. Hopefully we have enough. Yes! If you do 10 minutes, you should have a cup. It should reduce down to a cup. If you have more than a cup, just discard the rest, okay? Now, here are the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so in this saucepan, we have 1 cup of butter, 1/3 cup of cocoa, and then over here we have 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then we have 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1.5 cups of mini marshmallows. And then we're gonna grease and flour a 9x13 pan. Yep, grease and flour. We're going old school here. This is retro week after all. So, okay, now the first thing we're going to do here with our Coke is we're gonna divide it into 2 1/2 cup portions, okay? All right, and then we put 1/2 cup of that reduced cola in our saucepan with our butter and our cocoa. And then we're gonna let the butter melt and we're gonna let that cocoa get all dissolved. Stirring it often should take about 2 to 3 minutes, okay? Okay, that is perfect. We're nice and smooth. All right, so now we're going to remove that from the heat and just set it there for 1 moment. And on to our dry ingredients. So we have all of our dry ingredients in the bowl here, and we're going to whisk that together. Okay, and now we're going to add our warm, yummy chocolate butter mixture. We're going to add that right into our dry mixture, and then we're going to mix it up until it's thoroughly combined. All right, that looks good. Okay, so now we're going to add our buttermilk first. And then get that stirred in there pretty good. Now what this will do is lower the temperature a little bit, just in case it was too hot, to add our eggs to it. And then, yeah, you can guess it, we're gonna add our eggs and our vanilla, and we're gonna mix this up until it's nice and smooth. And that looks good. Okay, and last but not least, we add our marshmallows. Oh yeah, and we're just gonna give them a little stir in there, okay? Dun dun dun, perfect, nice. Okay, and now we're gonna get our pan out. There we go. And we're gonna pour the batter into our pan. And yes, the batter is pretty thin, okay? And there we go. Now, this recipe, it does have a few steps to it.
Yeah, and it's got 189 ingredients.
But, I mean, it's very, very simple to do, and the results, outstanding, for real. All right, so now we're gonna bake in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. But be sure to check it around 28, and it might have to go to about 35 minutes, okay? Do the toothpick test, all right?
The product that has given the world its best-known taste was born in Atlanta, Georgia on May 8, 1886. Dr. John Pemberton, a local pharmacist, produced the syrup for Coca-Cola and carried a jug of the new product down the street to Jacob's Pharmacy, where it was sampled, pronounced excellent, and placed on sale for 5 cents a glass as a soda fountain drink. Carbonated water was added to the new syrup to produce a drink that was immediately delicious and refreshing. Now, as far as the Coca-Cola cake is concerned, there really is no definitive documentation of when this cake was created. Many would probably think that Coca-Cola would lay claim. An archivist for the company said that it is impossible to know precisely when people started cooking with the soda. It seems around the mid-century that inventive home cooks started using soda in recipes. The reason being, Coca-Cola was already so popular it was already in their kitchens, and everybody had their own Coca-Cola cake recipe. One thing is certain, the cake became widely popular in the 1960s and again in the 1990s when home-style cooking chain Crackle Barrel added it to their menu.
Okay, so our cake has about 10 minutes left to bake. It's a perfect time to start our frosting.
It has frosting? I don't have frosting.
So in a saucepan here, I have a 1/2 cup of butter. We also need 4 cups of powdered sugar, 1/3 cup of cocoa, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and this is the other 1/2 cup of our reduced Coca-Cola. So we're just going to combine all of the ingredients except for the powdered sugar in our saucepan, and we're going to put it over medium-high heat, and we're going to let that butter melt down and the cocoa will dissolve, well, kind of like in our first step, right? And all the time we're going to keep stirring it until it's nice and smooth, okay? Okay, that's what we're looking for. All right, so now we're going to remove it from the heat. Put it over here. All right. And now we add our powdered sugar, but we're gonna add that in increments. We don't wanna do it all at once. So, maybe like a cup or so at a time, whisking after each addition until you get all 4 cups of powdered sugar in there, okay? Yummy, ain't nothing wrong with powdered sugar, butter, and cocoa, right? Okay, so now this is more of an icing rather than a frosting, and we're gonna add this to the cake. We're gonna put on top of the cake while the cake is still warm. How cool is that, right? Ooh, look at all that frosting. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be too much. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, there we go. Cake's out of the oven. Put the icing on it, and look, you can see it's starting to like sink down in a little. Like, look at it. Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna let this cool down completely before we cut into it and serve it. And you'll see, like, the frosting on top, it'll set up and start to like crack a little. It all adds to the charm of this old-fashioned cake. It really, really does. So we're gonna let it cool down. I'll cut a slice and I'll meet you back on the couch and we'll give it a good old taste test, okay? Like, contender. What do you think?
I think it's very good. Look how moist.
I got a fruity one and a chocolate one.
Reminds me of college.
Yes. So, you know the drill. It's not an official voting thing or anything, but definitely comment below on which cake you think you might like better. Maybe one you would try over another one. Maybe one you'd make over another one. I know it's going to be my delicious, classic, vintage, wonderful Coca-Cola cake.
Or my easy 5-ingredient fruit cocktail cake.
Well, we'll see.
I guess we
We'll
will
see this time. So definitely comment below and let us know, and we'll let you know. We'll tally them all up, and we'll let you know.
The unofficial winner is.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay.
Just go easy on them, okay?
I can't anymore. I just can't.
With the chocolate, this is I can't compete with chocolate.
I know chocolate.
So we'll see.
I know we'll see. I know it seemed like there were a lot of steps to the cake, but it's really it was very easy to make. It's not hard.
Well, vote down below and see who you think should.
Yeah. And we'll see. We'll tally them up, and then we'll let you know in the finale, which is going to be Monday on Mondays with Marc. We're going to do the last retro week video on Mondays with Marc, and then we happen to have a couple giveaway winners to announce as well. But really, we still have a few videos left for retro week. We have a lot of fun stuff coming.
We still do. Yeah, we have Foodie Beauty.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Foodie Beauty. Now that won't be like a retro video.
It'll have a wink and a nudge.
Yeah. Maybe some old pictures of her or something. No.
We can find
We'll
them.
see.
Some old ones from when she was, people still liked her.
Yeah, right?
There's not as many ugly pictures from early in her channel because people weren't out to get her.
They were, right.
So.
And then we're back on Sunday night for a video, not a live. And then we'll see you again on Mondays with Marc.
So thank you all for joining
Yes.
us. Thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe, notification bell, you get alerts when we have new videos and go live. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all in the description down below. Thank you, and I will catch up with you tomorrow for One Miss Foodie Beauty.
Yes, he will. Everybody, please have a fantastic weekend. Vote for the chocolate cake down below.
Fruit cocktail.
And we'll see you next time. Ciao, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, you guys, it is Retro Week on Smokeysteveandmarc.
And we have an epic giveaway.
Oh, yes, we do, but we're going to put you to work. To enter, we need you to send us a photo of you retrofied.
I think maybe like a high school yearbook photo, the ones with the big hair.
Oh, yeah, or how about a vintage wedding photo?
Or maybe you dressed up some kind of retro for Halloween this past year.
Oh, yes, or heck, why don't you dress up again and snap a picture and send it in? Anything goes!
So what did they win?
I'm Glad you asked. We're gonna have 2 prizes, y'all. So the runner-up will win an SSAM Retro gift pack packed full of fun stuff. Candles, stickers, keychains, and our brand new, yet to be revealed SSAM t-shirt. And we're gonna throw in a $10 Starbucks gift card too, so you can get yourself a cup of coffee.
There you go.
And the grand prize, well, the grand prize gets all of that stuff, and we sweetened the pot just a little bit. We're throwing a $20 Amazon gift card in there, and your very own lava lamp.
I am so jealous.
I'm jealous too. I've always wanted one. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be so much fun, so get those photos in, y'all. You have until Saturday, August the 19th to get those photos in. And then we're gonna put them all into a really cute video montage for the finale of Retro Week. Good luck, everybody.